HEMB Racing the Truth. A Journey Through the Answer, by David Icke. Introduction. Walk with me, hold my hand, and let me lead you. Today, we embark on a grand path, exploring profound questions. We'll question our existence, perceptions, and more. Open your minds and hearts. Let's explore what's in store. Keep your eyes open. This mission of truth requires steadiness. Through themes of reality, identity, and light, we'll seek understanding, turning darkness to sight. Chapter 1. What is reality? Key themes. The nature of reality. Reality isn't just physical, it's perceived through our senses and mind. Our brains interpret waveforms around us much like a radio decodes broadcast signals into music. This means what we see, hear, and touch are interpretations of waveforms, not the actual essence of reality. Perception versus truth. Our senses shape our perception, but they can be deceived. For example, a mirage in the desert looks like water but isn't. This shows that what we perceive can often be far from the truth. The role of the observer. Observation changes what is observed. In quantum physics, particles behave differently when observed, highlighting that reality is subjective and influenced by our presence and attention. The illusion of physicality. What seems solid, like a table, is mostly empty space with particles moving around. Our brains create a holographic interpretation of solidity. Real-world application. Understanding that reality is subjective can help us appreciate different perspectives, enhancing empathy and decision-making. For instance, in conflicts, acknowledging each person's experience as valid can lead to more compassionate solutions, promoting better understanding and cooperation. Reflection. Think about a time when your perception differed from someone else's. How might understanding the subjective nature of reality change our approach to handling disputes? Chapter 2. Who are we? Key themes. True essence of self. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, not just our physical bodies or societal roles. Our true self extends beyond these physical and societal constructs. Connection with the universe. We are part of a larger consciousness, like a drop of water in the ocean. Each drop is unique but united as part of the vast ocean. The illusion of separation. We aren't isolated. Our perceived separations are just sensory interpretations. This illusion of separation creates boundaries that don't truly exist. Expansion of consciousness. Consciousness is universal and transcends physical boundaries. Through meditative practices, people often experience a sense of oneness with the universe, revealing that consciousness extends beyond individual entities. Real-world application. Recognizing our interconnectedness can foster collaboration and empathetic leadership. In a team setting, this understanding can lead to better cooperation, innovation, and a more inclusive environment, where everyone feels valued and connected. Reflection. How does understanding our interconnected nature influence our interactions? What practices can we adopt to remind ourselves of our interconnectedness? Chapter 3. What mysteries? Key themes. Historical anomalies. Artifacts and events challenge conventional timelines, like the Antikythera mechanism, an ancient Greek analog computer that predates similar technology by centuries. Scientific enigmas. Phenomena like dark matter and dark energy remain mysterious. They make up most of the universe, yet scientists still do not fully understand them. Conspiracy theories. Alternative explanations for events, like the moon landing or JFK's assassination, suggest hidden motives and challenge mainstream narratives. Philosophical questions. Enduring questions about existence, such as, what is the purpose of life? And, do we have free will? These questions stimulate deep thinking and challenge our understanding. Real-world application. Challenging conventional wisdom can lead to innovation. This mindset encourages us to explore new ideas and possibilities, inspiring new developments and more resilient strategies in various fields. Reflection. How might exploring unconventional ideas benefit our community? What are ways we can encourage a culture of questioning and open-mindedness? Chapter 4. What is love? Key themes. Love is a universal force. Love transcends emotions, connecting deeper truths. It is a fundamental force like gravity, holding everything together. Effects of love on consciousness. Acts of kindness and compassion can elevate our consciousness, leading to a greater sense of unity and peace. Practical implications of love. Love transforms personal interactions and organizational dynamics. For instance, a workplace that prioritizes empathy and respect often sees higher employee satisfaction and productivity. Challenges in understanding love. Addressing misconceptions about love, such as confusing love with dependency or possessiveness, is crucial to embracing genuine love. Real-world application. Promoting love in our communities enhances teamwork and resolves conflicts. A loving environment leads to better behavior and performance, fostering a supportive and productive community. Reflection. How can we apply the concept of love to enhance our community? What challenges might we face in integrating love as a core principle? Chapter 5. Where are we? Key themes. Physical versus metaphysical realms. Beyond the physical world are unseen realms influencing us. Spiritual traditions speak of realms like heaven that exist beyond our physical perception. Influence of external forces. Cultural, social, and universal influences shape our understanding. Media, education, and societal norms heavily impact our worldview. Philosophical perspectives on existence. Questions about our existence and purpose. Are we here by chance, or is there a greater purpose guiding us? Scientific and spiritual convergence. Science and spirituality often echo each other on interconnectedness. Quantum physics, for example, aligns with ancient spiritual teachings about the nature of reality. Real-world application. Recognizing unseen influences helps in holistic planning and understanding organizational culture. Businesses that consider both tangible and intangible factors often navigate change more effectively. Reflection. How might our understanding of where we are change our approach to life and planning? How can we incorporate a broader understanding into our daily lives? Chapter 6. Why don't we know? Key themes. Control of information. Societal information is often controlled and restricted to maintain power. Role of education systems. Education can limit critical thinking by emphasizing conformity over creativity. Media influence. Media shapes public perception and knowledge, often presenting biased information to influence opinions. Psychological barriers. Cognitive biases prevent us from seeking truth. For example, confirmation bias leads us to favor information that aligns with our existing beliefs. Real-world application. Encouraging transparency and critical thinking combats misinformation and fosters a knowledgeable community. Libraries and community centers providing access to diverse information sources support informed citizenship. Reflection. What are ways our community can ensure greater transparency? How can we create an environment that encourages questioning and critical thinking? Chapter 7. How are we manipulated? Key themes. Media manipulation. Media shapes public opinion through sensationalist news that creates fear and division. Political propaganda. Political entities use propaganda to sway opinions, often through emotional appeals rather than factual information. Educational influence. Education can indoctrinate rather than enlighten, reflecting political or ideological biases. Psychological techniques. Techniques like scarcity and social proof influence behavior, driving consumer actions and societal norms. Real-world application. Promoting ethical communication and critical thinking helps resist manipulation and fosters informed communities. Media literacy programs teach people to discern bias and propaganda. Reflection. How does understanding manipulation techniques change your perspective on information? What practices can we adopt to ensure ethical communication? Chapter 8. Why demonize the gas of life? Key themes. Environmental narratives. Carbon dioxide, CO2, essential for life, is often demonized. This narrative serves broader agendas of control. Hidden agendas. Manipulative narratives use fear to control society, implementing policies that centralize power under the guise of environmental protection. Broader agenda. The demonization of CO2 supports a global agenda to limit freedoms and centralize power. Real-world application. Understanding manipulation in environmental narratives helps us see the true motives and make informed decisions about environmental policies. Reflection. How can we recognize and counteract manipulative environmental narratives? What steps can we take to promote genuine environmental stewardship? Further reading. For those interested in delving deeper into these themes, consider reading Love 2.0 by Barbara Fredrickson, explores the science of love and its positive impact on our lives. The Holographic Universe, by Michael Talbot, discusses the idea that the universe is a hologram and our perceptions shape reality. The Sixth Extinction, An Unnatural History, by Elizabeth Colbert, examines the ongoing extinction event caused by human activity. Cynical Theories, by Helen Pluckrose and James Lindsay, critiques the influence of postmodernism on contemporary social justice movements. Chapter 9. Why is climate change being hoaxed? Key themes. Climate change is a tool. Icke argues that the climate change narrative is manipulated by powerful groups to justify extreme control measures. He suggests that by presenting climate change as a dire threat, these groups create a sense of urgency that allows them to implement draconian policies under the guise of protecting the environment. Economic and political interests. The climate change agenda serves economic and political interests, centralizing power in the hands of a few. Governments and corporations leverage environmental concerns to push through policies that increase their control over resources and populations. Problem reaction solution. This strategy involves creating a problem, climate crisis, provoking a reaction, public fear, and offering a solution, centralized control. By manipulating public perception, they can gain support for measures that would otherwise be unacceptable. Real-world application. Understanding these manipulations can help us remain skeptical of overly simplified solutions and encourage independent research and critical thinking about environmental policies. Questioning the motivations behind climate change narratives reveals deeper agendas aimed at global control. Reflection. What are the potential dangers of accepting climate change narratives without critical examination? How can we ensure our actions are genuinely beneficial to the environment? Chapter 10. Are you new woke? Key themes. Woke culture is a tool of division. It critiques the new woke movement, suggesting it serves to divide society and distract from real issues of power and control. The movement's focus on identity politics creates divisions that prevent people from uniting against common threats. Political correctness and censorship. The movement enforces conformity through political correctness and cancel culture, stifling free speech. This atmosphere of fear and self-censorship limits open discussion and critical thinking. Real-world application. Promoting open dialogue and critical thinking about social movements helps prevent societal division and encourages unity and understanding. Recognizing the divisive nature of certain aspects of the new woke culture can help us focus on fostering inclusivity without compromising freedom of expression. Reflection. How can we balance advocating for social justice with preserving freedom of speech? What practices can promote unity rather than division? Chapter 11. Why white people? Why Christianity? Why men? Key themes. Targeted groups. Icke suggests that white people, Christianity, and men are targeted by the cult because they represent sources of societal stability. By attacking these groups, the cult aims to undermine traditional structures that resist its control. Strategic undermining. Undermining these groups facilitates the cult's agenda of centralized control. Creating division and conflict within society weakens its ability to resist manipulation. Real-world application. Understanding these manipulations helps us work towards unity and stability in our communities, resisting divisive tactics. Recognizing the broader agenda behind these targeted attacks can foster mutual respect and solidarity. Reflection. What are the possible motives behind promoting societal divisions? How can we foster unity and mutual respect in our community? Chapter 12. Where are we going, if we allow it? Key themes. Dystopian future. Icke warns of a future where individual freedoms are severely restricted under centralized control. This vision includes a surveillance state where personal autonomy is significantly reduced. Surveillance state. Increased surveillance and loss of personal autonomy are key components of this dystopian vision. Governments and corporations monitor and control every aspect of our lives under the pretext of safety and security. Real-world application. Promoting awareness and resisting fear-based control measures helps steer society towards a more positive and liberated future. Understanding the potential consequences of unchecked surveillance can motivate us to advocate for privacy and freedom. Reflection. How can awareness of potential futures influence our actions today? What steps can we take to protect our freedoms? Chapter 13. What is really behind transgender hysteria? Key themes. Gender issues as manipulation. Icke argues that the focus on transgender issues is part of a broader agenda to confuse and destabilize societal norms. By promoting gender confusion, the cult aims to erode traditional values and structures. Undermining traditional structures. Promoting gender confusion aims to create a more malleable population that is easier to control. By destabilizing societal norms, the cult can more effectively implement its agenda. Real-world application. Balancing respect for individual choices with awareness of manipulative narratives helps maintain clarity and stability in societal roles. Understanding the broader context of gender issues can help us support genuine equality without falling into divisive traps. Reflection. How can we support individual choices without falling into broader agendas aimed at societal disruption? What practices can maintain stability and clarity? Chapter 14. What is the New World Symphony? Key themes. Orchestrated global changes. It discusses how global changes are orchestrated to condition populations to accept a new world order. These changes are carefully planned to appear beneficial while subtly shifting power dynamics. Cultural and media influence. Media and culture are used to shape public perception and acceptance of these changes. By controlling the narratives, the cult can guide societal evolution in its desired direction. Real-world application. Critical thinking about media and cultural narratives helps resist manipulation and promotes independent thought. Recognizing the influence of orchestrated changes allows us to question and challenge them. Reflection. What are some ways media and culture influence our perceptions? How can we maintain independent thought in the face of these influences? Chapter 15. How did they pull off the fake pandemic? Key themes. COVID-19 is a planned event. It describes the pandemic as a planned event to impose global control measures. He argues that it was used to create a climate of fear and compliance. Fear-based control. The pandemic justified unprecedented restrictions on freedom and increased surveillance. By exploiting fear, authorities could implement measures that would have otherwise faced significant resistance. Real-world application. Awareness and resistance to fear-based control can prevent future infringements on personal freedoms. Understanding the manipulative use of crises can help us advocate for transparency and accountability. Reflection. How can we critically examine global events to discern truth from manipulation? What practices can help maintain our freedoms? Chapter 16. Why is Bill Gates a psychopath? Key themes. Bill Gates and global control. It portrays Bill Gates as a key figure in the global control agenda. Gates' involvement in vaccine promotion and technological surveillance is seen as part of a broader plan for control. Technocratic world order. Gates' actions are viewed as contributing to the establishment of a technocratic world order, where technology and data are used to control populations. Real-world application. Critical examination of influential figures helps maintain accountability and transparency in global affairs. Scrutinizing the motives and actions of powerful individuals can reveal underlying agendas. Reflection. What are the implications of influential figures' actions on global control? How can we hold these figures accountable? Chapter 17. What is the answer? Key themes. Awakening to true nature. It emphasizes the importance of recognizing our true nature as infinite consciousness. By understanding our spiritual essence, we can transcend manipulation. Rejecting fear, embracing love. Overcoming manipulation requires rejecting fear and embracing love and unity. Love is seen as a higher frequency that connects us to our true selves and to each other. Real-world application. Personal empowerment and collective action from a place of love and unity can drive positive change and counteract manipulative forces. By awakening to our true potential, we can create a better world. Reflection. How can awakening to our true nature influence our actions and interactions? What steps can we take to embrace love and unity in our daily lives? Postscript. Key themes. Urgency of awakening. Icke reiterates the urgency of awakening to the manipulations of the cult. He calls for immediate action to reclaim our freedoms. Global movement of consciousness. A collective movement of consciousness and resistance is necessary to create a future based on truth, freedom, and love. Real-world application. Encouraging continuous awareness and collective action helps build a future rooted in truth, freedom, and love. Each individual's contribution is vital in this collective effort. Reflection. How can we contribute to a global movement of consciousness and resistance? What actions can we take to promote truth and love in our communities? Conclusion. We gain a comprehensive understanding of the forces at play in shaping our existence and future. Let us commit to awakening our consciousness, rejecting manipulation, and embracing love and unity as we move forward in creating a better world. Further reading. For those interested in delving deeper into these themes, consider reading The Age of Surveillance Capitalism, by Shoshana Zuboff. 1984, by George Orwell. Brave New World, by Aldous Huxley. The Road to Serfdom, by Friedrich L. O. People.